Unpopular Celebrities podcast is all unofficial. None of the conversations or comments from us or guests represent DOD or the armed forces.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
The show starts in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Anything that comes from Unpopular Celebrities podcast.
Like,
I was a little late. I was a little late.
ah,
Yo, is that a bad picture?
What, the graduation one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need that updated, man.
I
I need to get with HR.
I told you, man.
Man, my bad, bro. We'll get it. We'll get
I
it.
told you, man.
Turn on my light.
Yo, the broken glass, the body bag with the water on it. Shoot.
Alright.
Right.
I'll fix it tomorrow or tonight. Probably tomorrow. I ain't gonna fix it tonight.
Yeah, I'll send you some more update photos, man.
Yeah. I just need like 2 or 3. But what up? Robert
What up?
Roller, appreciate you for being in the building. Appreciate you being in the
Roller.
building. Let me give y'all access to the chat so we can go there.
Cow Bums fan, Rob Roller himself in the
Oh,
building.
bums. All right.
Roller.
Cow Bums.
So we're going to be quick because if not, we're going to go way over time. This is a show, another reaction live video or another live reaction to the movie that all
can we
three
do
of
the
us
intro?
saw was
Is it a live reaction or recap?
Can
recap.
we do the intro?
Thank
Can we
you.
do the intro?
Go
we
ahead.
do the
Go
intro?
ahead, Philly. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome this Saturday night to a show from the Unpopular Celebrities. I am Philly DC with my co-host Pete and our other co-host Del Brown up there in the belly of the beast in Kunsan Air Base, Korea. So,
Damn.
if you have never watched our show, we talk about anything and everything. Tonight, we're going to talk about a review of the movie The 688, movie produced by Tyler Perry along with Netflix. So, if you have not watched the movie on Netflix and you don't want to get any spoilers, don't watch this. Go watch that movie first and then come back and watch this because we will be revealing a lot of spoilers. So, that being said, we will start the show. Del,
Yo.
let's start with you first. What do you think about the movie? Or do you want to do, Pete, do you want to do a synopsis first?
Yeah, I don't know if he has that synopsis ready.
What's up? My bad.
Do you want to start right into the review or do you want to do a synopsis of what the movie is?
Maybe a quick synopsis, real quick.
Okay. You got it. You want me to do it?
If you got it ready, you could do it.
Okay. All right. So the movie is called The Six Triple Eight. Again, it is produced by Tyler Perry. If you don't know Tyler Perry, he's one of the famous African American directors that's known for a bunch of the Medea movies. Also, a couple of movies like I believe it was Alex Cross. But anyway, whatever you feel about Tyler Perry, usually those movies he's famous for. Now, this movie he produced along with Netflix. The movie talks about the WAC. If you're familiar with World War II history,
Oh,
back in World War II, they had some females that joined the Women's Air Corps to assist in the fight against the Germans, Japanese, and Italians in World War II. This particular unit is unique because this Air Corps unit is made up strictly of Negro women. So the lead actor, Carrie
Washington.
Well, I don't know why I keep thinking Alexander. Sorry about that. Carrie Washington, you may know her from. She was in that TV show along with the president. I can't remember what it's called.
Scandal.
Yeah, Scandal. She's well known for that and a bunch of other movie credits too.
Django.
But she's the Django. Yeah, very good. The Django. So she's been in those two. She's the lead actor. She plays initially a captain who leads this unit of Negro women and women Air Corps in the movie. And then you have some other actors too. So basically, it talks about the challenges of coming together from different walks of life in America to be a member of this Women Air Corps unit and then start training and then eventually to be sent over to Europe to deliver mail that was not been delivered for quite some time to all the American soldiers.
Yeah.
And so with that, we'll get started.
Leave in the chat if y'all have seen this movie, because if not, this is going to be a spoiler alert for y'all who haven't seen it. So leave us in the chat, little quick comment if you've seen it, yes or no. Let us know. But this took place World War II, as Philly said, 1945. Yeah, so we'll start there. The beginning of the movie, I guess, will take place in Philadelphia.
Yes, Philly stand up.
Philly stand up. I can't think of her name. What was her name? The girl who started off the movie,
You mean her actual name?
or the movie, and the name in the movie.
I think her name was Lena.
Yeah, Lena King.
Yeah.
Good job, Philly. Yeah, Lena King starts off.
Yeah.
So I think a big part of the scene at the beginning is still segregation in the United States. And I was going to ask you, Philly, you were around in 45. So was segregation a big deal?
How was it then?
Yeah, how was it? Give us, you know.
Hey, forget y'all, man. Forget y'all. Man.
Yeah.
Give us a sense.
I ain't come on. I ain't come on here with this.
1945
I ain't come on here for this bullshit. Good job, man. Look,
I'm just
man.
saying, give us a
Times
sense.
was hard back then. You know, forget y'all, man. Good job.
So you had that lady in there, and she gets in a car with a white male who
I believe he was Italian, I think, right?
okay, or Jewish. He was Jew.
Oh, Jewish.
Yeah,
Jewish? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so she gets in a car with him, and this white lady comes out basically like, you shouldn't be doing this, blah 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 blah. And so it's a big racial scene at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Mhm.
That quickly transitions to a party for this Jewish male who is going off to fight the war to be a pilot in World War
Pilot,
II. I'll pause there. Dale, do you have anything to add at the beginning? Anything you saw?
Yeah. The crazy thing was like she was like the servant for the party. So
Oh.
like it was kind of like crazy to see like the love that he had for her. Like even though she was of a different race and was seen as like a servant, that he didn't care like what her status was. Like he wanted to be with her. He was in love with her and just wanted a final kiss from her before he left. So that was kind of cool to show that side of the Caucasian side of actually people actually liking, you know, African Americans back then and not all bad, you know.
Yeah. Billy, got anything to add at the beginning?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. A part of I can't remember the young lady's name in the schoolhouse when what I call it, Lena, when she had the love with the the Jewish actor or the Jewish individual. There was this one girl, Caucasian girl that was there who was in the school with her that kind of throwing shade on her the whole time because she felt like she shouldn't like the Jewish guy because she was African American.
Mhm.
So throughout small pieces in the beginning of the movie, she kept making saying little different things to kind of antagonate her. And then the whole time, the guy who loved the girl wasn't even trying to hear it. Anything he thought was funny and stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah, I was interested.
Yeah, so they do this party and the guy's like he's actually making a almost I would call it a mockery out of the war. Like it's not that big of a deal. And she's like, "You're going off to fight the war. You might not come back." He's like, "Nah, I'm coming back for you." I don't know if y'all picked up on that or saw the same thing. He was just kind of like, "It's no big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Just gonna go over there. I'm gonna kill some kill some Germans, and that's it."
Yeah.
She's like, no, I don't think you understand. So she's making a big deal out of it. Fast forward to years later, she never got any mail or anything from him when he promised to write her. She was feeling some type of way, and I'm confused with why she went in the army. I lost on that.
So
You
she
wanna-
claimed. Go ahead, Del. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was for like the not revenge, but the ambition of like defending what hurt, like because she was really in love with him, and I think just from my perspective, I didn't get the background of it, but I think she just wanted to finish the mission that what her friend wanted to do, and wanted to defend the country to the point where she wanted to take on herself, and like what's the word I'm looking for? Not protect his character, but like go on his behalf. I think that was my
Yeah, I give
thought
you
from
that.
it.
So Faye said showed true ego, calling racism and emotion and skepticism.
Realism.
Huh?
Realism.
Realism. Oh, that's what's supposed to be. Oh, I said racism. Realism.
Okay, you already thinking racism.
But so yeah, so that's the premise of the movie. So we can fast forward if y'all want all the way to when she goes to war or goes to the military, because everything in between there is kind of just background stuff. I really don't think there's any importance to that.
Yeah, I agree.
So she goes, and then we meet the character, what's her name? Charity Adams. So Charity Adams
Mhm.
is the woman, like if y'all are in the
Well,
military.
no, I'm
Oh.
sorry. Let me interject real quick. Before we get to that, let's talk about the train ride because I thought that was interesting as well.
Okay, enlighten me because I forgot.
Remember when it was on the train? Remember when it was on the
Oh.
train and they got on the train and then the soldier comes in and he starts separating the Caucasian women from the African American women. And so he looks at one girl and says, "Hey, are you coming?" And she says, "Well, if you're talking about separating us between African Americans or Caucasian, I'm Negro." And so he gave her this look and walked away. So I thought that was interesting because there was always, we talk about racism when it comes to other races, but sometimes we forget about there's racism within the race too. Like you've got a lot of African American women who are light skinned who get discriminated against too by folks within their own race. And I think later on in the conversation, she says her father was African American, her mother was Mexican American, which is why, the way she looks. So I thought that was interesting.
Dooley, we're reviewing the 6888.
Dooley, man, Dooley.
I got you, bro.
Cowboy fan.
Reviewing the
Cowboy
6888.
fan.
So yeah, so they do the train ride. They get there, and there's probably about like 10, maybe African American women, bunch of African American males, spot them, help them down, and then they're going to their barracks, and we meet the character Charity Adams. Charity Adams is the drill instructor / keeper / mother figure. I don't know if y'all have any other words or phrases to describe who she is.
She was just motivated.
Motivator.
Yeah, she was motivated. I mean, it sounded like she has something to prove too, not just to prove what she's capable of, but what African American women can do during that time. I mean, that time was was crazy for African Americans back then. Here we are fighting for a country. We didn't have the same rights as Caucasian folks. So, and then you talk about women. There's two dynamics. You talk about women back then. A lot of them weren't put into combat, and so they were put in roles where they were doing factory work and they were doing like other stuff. And then add on to the fact they were Negro women.
Right.
Is one thing. They got orders to even get over there to Europe, which I'll bring up later. I think the reason why they gave her orders to Europe is because of that one exchange she had with that one officer at the movie theater.
At the movie
which
theater,
we didn't talk about yet.
Yeah.
So so Dale, you want to add anything for? I mean, we kind of continue on to the training, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. We can keep going.
So I guess one thing I found unique was none of them have jobs, like specific jobs. Like you come into the military now, you usually, unless you come into the Navy, you go in undesignated. But you come into many other branches, you usually have a job, whether you're MP, SF, services, or admin, personnelist, CE, fire, whatever. These women didn't have jobs. They were just like, you're in the Army. Congratulations.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
showed
sure
like
if
it showed like a quick scene, like after the whole beginning part of like she was like more of the pilot, like crew chief, and then like it showed like clips of like what they were. But yeah, I think like initially I think they just wanted to get like the actual like training and stuff locked down first, and then I think they probably just got the jobs afterwards.
Yeah. So they go through the training. They're going through regular training like anybody else in the Army. Going through the gas chamber, doing a lot of physical stuff, mental stuff in classrooms and stuff like that. And then there's a scene, Philly, if you want to take it away, of the movie theater that kind of sets everything up to move forward.
Yeah, so after some training event they had, the camera pans to a movie theater where all of the women were in the movie, sitting in the front row, scattered throughout the movie theater, about to watch this movie. And some Caucasian soldiers, they weren't officers, as far as I remember. They came in the movie theater, and of course, they're like, what are you guys doing here? And it's like, well, I'll get into that part of it, but Kerry Washington stands up, or Major Adams stands up, or Captain Adams at the time says, well, I think we're watching a movie, blah, blah. He says, no, you're not. So basically, they're upset because they got these African-American women sitting in the front of the movie theater, and they want to sit in the front of the movie theater. And so they get into exchange. So there was some racial slurs being thrown out, called them, I won't say the word, but called them the N-word, and then I called them the C-word. And then finally, one of the soldiers, which was one of my favorite characters, I can't remember her name. I'll figure it out in a second. But she stands up and is about to go at the Caucasian soldier, and Major Captain Adams looks at her, but like, no, you will not. Like, pretty much told her to stand down. And so she goes up to the Caucasian soldier. Captain Adams is like, look, I won't tolerate this disrespect. What is your name? And he's like, we pretty much ignored her. And she was like, I am an officer. You will salute me. She's like, that ain't gonna happen. So they just walked off or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, which is interesting because, like, I won't go into that one. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened in the movie theater. So afterwards, she goes to her commanding officer, this 06, and pretty much tells him, like, hey, we were disrespected in the movie theater. They called us out of our names. We don't deserve this treatment. I know we're women and we're African Americans, but we're soldiers. We deserve, the right treatment, whatever. He pretty much blew her off, but gave her some orders for their company to go to Europe because they've been wanting to get orders all this time. And I think at that moment, she kind of like let it slide. She was just more happy to get orders for her company to go to Europe.
Yeah, I think the character you're thinking of, I think her name was Jolene or Jonaline or
Johnny May.
South.
Johnny May. Yeah.
Johnny May from South. Yeah, she was a good character. I liked her. She was funny.
Yeah.
Dale, you got anything to add? I mean, or move forward in the movie?
Yeah. I think she was just like, she wasn't willing to like die on that hill about the whole movie theater incident. Once she got them orders, was like, all right, you gave us what we wanted. Like, this is all I need to see, and then about face and got out of there.
Yeah. So, you know what the interesting thing, and when she got the orders, the guy said, do not open these until you are on the plane.
Right.
And while they were on the plane with her right-hand man, her
two
second
IC
in charge, they were like, why does everybody have 2 letters and we only have 1? So it's kind of interesting that they only got 1 letter. So they open it and they basically said, like, we thought we were going to fight the war, and they get tasked to the postal battalion. It pretty much is what they are. So they're going to the post office. So they were kind of taken back behind that. Fast forward to get to England. They go meet with the general.
Let me interject. We forgot one part. The part with Oprah Winfrey.
Oh,
that happened
yeah,
already?
yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, we forgot.
Yeah,
all
that
about
was before
Yeah.
they got assigned to the postal battalion.
Yeah.
So there was a real quick. There was a portion of the film where they showed this lady standing outside. I believe it was the White House. This same lady has a son in the war, but she keeps sending him mail and it never gets to him. So she's standing out of the White House in the rain, and then I believe FDR's wife comes out with one of the butlers, go talk to her. He says, "Hey, look, none of the mail's getting to any of the soldiers." And she's like, "Well, come inside. Let's talk about it." So then afterwards, there was a scene where FDR comes rolling in with his wife and Oprah Winfrey. I can't remember what character Oprah Winfrey played.
Mary McLeod.
Yep.
But what was her role? Like, what was she from? Like, what was
I
her
think
role?
she was
I can't
like
remember.
a White House consultant.
Like a consultant or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But anyway,
she-
this shrewd General Dirtbag, I would call him. That's not his real name in the film.
General
General
Hulk.
Dirtbag. He's there, or Hawk, whatever his name is. He's
Hulk,
there with some other
HAL.
general. And they're talking about why FDR's asking, why can't the soldiers get the mail? And so this general was like, well, the priority is resupplying the front, which is legitimate. But it's like, I suspect, just like FDR said, or his wife was like, you can't tell me we can't get the mail to these soldiers. It can't be that hard. And so that's when Oprah Winfrey jumped in and was like, hey, we know I've been around the country. This has been a problem that's been going on for a while. These soldiers need their mail. I know this Captain Adams, Charity Adams, who is super, she's an awesome soldier. She has 3 majors. I think she said Latin, physics, or something like that. And I'm thinking like, yo, she's underpaid. But anyway, she's like, she's a phenomenal officer. Her and her soldiers can get it done. And so that's when they ended up getting the orders.
Yep. Good call. Dale, anything with that?
No, I just pulled up the Mary McLeod. She is an American educator and a philanthropist.
So
She
that's
was
who she
born in-
was. Mary McLeod. Then I'm sorry, that's who she was.
That's
good
crazy.
catch.
She was born in 1875
Hey, Billy.
and she died in 1955. Jeez. Christ.
Oh, Billy.
Born in 1800s. But yeah, no. my
Can
bad.
you
Sorry.
make sure you blur this out? Blur this out.
All right, so your beard makes you look like you've been around that long. But anyway,
And Silver Fox, baby. Silver Fox.
Right.
so main part, I mean, they get to England. So they're not going to Germany, they're going to England to where the mail is. So when they get there, they are given 6 months to get the mail distributed. And Charity Adams like, oh, this is a blessing. Like, we don't need 6 months. We're good. So they get to where the mail is, and it's hangers upon hangers upon hangers, full from bottom. And if you know how big hangers are, we're talking about huge. How would you describe a hanger to somebody who's never seen one?
Like a warehouse.
A warehouse. Thank you. A huge open warehouse full of bags of mail. And they look at this and they're like, all of them are full. And they're like, holy crap, we got in way over our heads. Fast forward to her troops are coming. They flew. Charity Adams and her right-hand man flew. The rest of them are on a boat. Almost look like a slave ship, to be honest. Like, they're underneath the boat, that boat rocking back and forth. Like, but they make it. They make it to England. It's snowing when they get there. And the 3-star was like, I want your troops to march from the boat to where they need to be, to the warehouse. So they give them formation, which was cool. They do their little formation thing, and they're marching it. And one key part was, did y'all see the boots they were wearing, or just the footwear?
Yeah.
Low quarter joints.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask you, DC, did y'all have that, back then too? Maybe that's the thing. But I didn't know that was the thing. This is like some yellow boots. and they killed it.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into this, Nikki. We're gonna get into this. Did they kill it or not?
No, he said they killed it, like the march.
Oh yeah. Definitely killed the march.
The actual
So-
footage was pretty cool too, like the actual footage from
Right.
back when it was actually, yeah.
So first of all, it's freezing cold. They're in little to no wet weather, warm weather gear whatsoever, and they just start strutting. And it looks like they're strutting for like 30 miles. I don't know how far they actually went, but it
Yeah.
looked like they were walking for a while. So I want to fast forward to Kerry Washington receiving the troops in front of the hangars to tell them their mission. And I talked to Philly about this offline. So Dale, I want to hear your point. I think that was one of the best motivational / mission oriented briefings I have ever heard in or outside a movie or real life. Your thoughts?
Yeah. No, that was like goosebumps. Like I like Tyler digging his bag with that one to figure out. I'm sure he got actual sources on how that actually went down, because that thing wanted you to. She could have made like that whole freaking country like listen to her, the way she was like commanding that presence and giving the why behind why you guys are here. This is what we need to show them why we matter, and like they had everything against them, colors, and then the being females and everything, and the way she commanded that was off the charts, man.
I 100% agree. I wish, and Philly, I'll let you go as soon as I get done. I wish everybody in a leadership position can see that, because the war is fought in different ways. And although they weren't getting the mission they wanted, this was the mission. And for her to articulate the importance of it by also the most important thing, being honest about the mission and not putting in some BS so people read between the lines, I think that was key. Philly, all yours.
Sound a little bit of you got some personal scar tissue in there for that one. I won't dispute the fact that it was a great acting speech job from Kerry Washington. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I wouldn't say, I mean, maybe for you, but I've seen other ones just as good, if not better. It was really good, but I think it's a little bit over exaggerated, at least in my opinion, from your standpoint.
Name a better one.
It was good.
I will give you the
one. We Were Soldiers is one.
I just watched
thought that was a good one. Saving Private Ryan.
I don't remember that one.
Let's see. Glory.
Don't remember that.
Well, there you have it. Then.
Okay.
So you got to get your game up,
I did
bro.
watch We Are Soldiers with what's his name?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Yeah. He gave a great speech. Was honest. That's when he was like, everybody's gonna come back, dead or alive. Yep. That was a good speech. Yes.
So, now, I'm not taking it away from her, because one, based on who she is and the circumstances they were dealing with, it was a phenomenal speech. I would give her that. But there are some other ones too. But I think it's what I will admit, to your point, it is a great learning point for leaders on how to tell your troops or your subordinates the mission, and at the same time not sugarcoating it.
Right.
Yeah.
Give them the good and the bad.
Yep.
And tell them, like, I know we got a shit sandwich, excuse my language, but we're gonna get this job done. So I thought that was good.
This resonated personally, which made the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will agree. I think it did make a difference. So we'll keep going, because if not, we'll be on this forever. Charles Davis, Pete leaving under a rock. Watch. I seen the movie. I don't remember what part he's referring to. Charles Davis always trying to dig somewhere, but I've seen the movie. I just don't remember what part.
My boy Gene hit me up.
Yeah.
But nah, I think going back with Nikki, like we have, like, at least this is my first time hearing about the 6 triple. Like I saw when Michelle Obama gave him the actual public recognition, but for a black person and woman, I think this resonated with a lot of people, the minority of the military force. I think this is why it resonated with a lot of other people than what we're thinking.
Yeah. So I mean, fast forward through the movie, you guys can kind of get the gist of the movie. they're working in unsuitable working conditions for what they need. They're in a very cold building, but they made the best. They went to a school and they turned the school into pretty much a post office.
Yeah.
By what they had, but they didn't have any heat, and of course it was cold as hell out there. They were doing their thing, picture mail, and I don't want to go too deep into every detail, but is there anything I'm kind of leading off besides when the general came and did the inspection? I know I missed the blow up part, but
Yeah.
Now what about the part where they're actually like reading the mail, like when they figured out the symbol, like when
right,
she figured out was this before or after that? I'm trying to
it
think.
was right before it. Yeah, right before the inspection.
Yeah. So that's what made them streamline and cut half their thing in half. And I think that boosted the
Morale.
oh yeah, and we forgot about the dog tag thing. Remember when Johnny May was just throwing the dog tags in the bucket?
Oh, right. And she was like,
And
respect
then
the dog tags.
she stood up on, because she had a loved one that died, and she was like, hey, these were people that died for the country, and you're just throwing the dog tags like they're like pieces of crap, basically. And I think Kerry Washington, or Captain, she saw at that moment, like when she became like invested in what they were doing, the mission. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. Philly, anything to add before I'm really at the inspection part, but anything to add before
I just need to get this out. I think that part, the portion where they had the storyline of the girl being in love with, I believe his name was Abram or David, or maybe that was his full name. Yeah. I thought, I didn't like that part. I felt like the story could have stood on its own without that part. It was distracting for me because not only that, I'm kind of getting into my overall thoughts of the film, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'll pause there.
Yeah, I agree with you, and we'll say that there was one key part that everybody's seen probably in the trailer. The general, the 3-star, the same 3-star that gave him the mission, he came and do an inspection. I won't go into details about the inspection because I want y'all to watch it yourself. But basically, there's a conversation where he goes do the inspection. I think the first thing, it's funny because I think about officers doing inspections and the things they key on, and he's supposed to be there inspecting the postal service, and he sees a beauty parlor. He's like, "Is this what y'all doing? Beauty parlor?" And it's funny, like that's so true when you think about inspections. Like you're supposed to be looking at this. What the hell are you over here looking at this for? Or what are you concentrating on this for? But so he goes in there, rants about the beauty parlor crap. He goes out and does an inspection, and then he finds out they're opening mail, and he just loses his mind on Kerry Washington. Basically tells him not only is he going to replace her, he's going to get a white person to replace her. Not only is it going to be a white person, it's going to be a man. Not only is it going to be a man, it's going to be a lieutenant. So just the ultimate disrespect all the way around. And she said, over my dead body. Big scene at that point to where she puts him in his place. She thinks she's going to get court-martialed, and a couple scenes later, all her troops defend her. Anything I missed besides, and then we can go to our overall theme about a couple things in the movie.
No, that's a good cap.
All right. So, Philly, I'll let you go first about your overall theme, some things that stuck out to you, some things that probably went too far, some things that they highlight that shouldn't have been. I know you talked about the Abrams situation. Anything else?
So quickly, I'll say I am not a big Tyler Perry fan. My wife knows this. I'm not. I think he is one of the worst directors I've watched. I would hate to say forcefully, but my wife likes some of his work. And I've watched some of his stuff, and a lot of it is putrid, terrible.
Wow.
And I saw this, and I saw his name on it. I was skeptical. And even so, even with Kerry Washington, I thought Kerry Washington, I feel like she's one of those actors that kind of overacts with her facial expressions.
Yes.
And it kind of gets distracting.
Yes.
So when I saw them two, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. But I watched it because I'm a war movie buff. And I would tell you, my first time watching it, I was overly impressed. I was like, wow, this is not so bad. Here's the good. The good is I love the idea of the story based off of real life events. I mean, as the story's been told, but it's told in a different way this time. where you have these women going through these challenges during World War II, African American women. And I love the quote at the beginning from Mary McLeod. Is it McLeod? McLeod?
McLeod.
McLeod
McLeave?
talked
Yeah.
to McLeod, something like that. But she says she wants African Americans to be a part of history, not a part, not from it or something. That I'm paraphrasing. I can't remember the exact quote, but it was something that. So I love that. And and not only that, I felt like Kerry Washington did a pretty decent job. I think her interpretation of a leader in the army was well done in most respects. She seemed motivating, inspiring. So I did appreciate that. Some of the bad, like I forgot, we didn't really talk about her second in command, the captain, first lieutenant, then captain. But where's the enlisted person at? Usually the
Where's the
enlisted
chief?
person is like getting the formation together. So
Good
where's the sergeant major, the sergeant first class? What's up with that? Then the calling out commands, attention. I was like,
That's how
they
they do it in
couldn't
the
like,
army, though.
you know what I mean? Come on. I've never seen that in the army. Not
I don't know
like
if they
that.
had those. Did they have
Nah,
those commands,
man.
like those preparatory commands back then? You know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But anyway, whatever. That's just me. But anyway,
Okay.
moving on. Y'all some haters. Moving on. And then the first scene of the movie, when they had the battle scene in Italy, it was terrible. It was terrible.
With the soldiers,
like
the-
the sound effects, the
Oh, yeah.
explosions.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
that one part when the soldiers like, ugh,
Yeah.
you can see the string. If you look
Yeah.
closely, you can
Yeah.
see the string pulling the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I honestly believe, and then I'm moving on real quick. I think between the first part of that scene and also the storyline between the lady and the man who, they were in love and he ended up dying as a pilot, they could have did without that and the story would have been great.
True.
But it was distracting.
Yes.
Like I'm thinking, like, what does this have to do with the girl
Correct.
and the guy? I get it. He died. She didn't know till she found this letter. I would have rather them to focus strictly on the 6888. Just strictly on them, not that secondary storyline. Because to me, it was distracting. So anyway, I'll end there. I would say overall for me, out of 5 stars, with 3 being average, I'll give it 3.5.
Okay. Dale?
Yeah, I give it a 4 just because I think a little too hard on Tyler Perry. Like, yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, he kind of like burnt a lot of people out, like with his whole Medea and stuff like that back in the day. But I think this giving the voice and giving the picture for what happened and actually showcasing to the young boys and girls of the nation that didn't know about World War II, like. He's not gonna get everything right, but I think it was a good picture and a good video, a good movie. Came out on Netflix for people to see and at least know about that monumental part in history of what was done and what the odds were against them and what they were overcame and slash the time and half the amount of time that they were allotted and the no mail, no morale thing like that. That hit a lot of people's like. On the receiving end, like the families and stuff that brought so much joy to them. I think it worked wonders. So I think like this, like I didn't know about all this before it happened. So I think that enlightened me on it. And I give it a 4 out of 5.
So I'll go. And I want y'all to interrupt me because I'm bringing up a lot of controversial topics, of course, like I always do. So number one, I think I'm in between 3.5 and 4 stars, so I'll say 3.75 stars. I think just the way the story was good. I didn't know anything about it before watching it, so it was good. Kerry Washington, of course, took the movie herself. That was really good. I don't think there's going to be any Emmys or Oscars or anything. Damn sure shouldn't get Best Picture or anything like that. But it's a good story. Documentary, like y'all, I'm not a Tyler Perry fan anymore, but moving on to the actual story. Number one, I think they painted it a little too put a little too much stank on it. And the reason I say is like the heroic story of these true life situations. Like, let's calm down. They did a job. Just like anybody else, they did a job. Were they heroic? that's up to interpretation. I will say there's a lot. I will say there's a lot of stuff online about if are they really heroic or anything like that. I will say that war is fought differently. It's not just the people shooting bullets or getting shot that fight wars. Everybody has a part to play in the war. So I will say, if you want to call them heroic, that standpoint, yes, I will agree with you. Based on a true story, some stuff they went a little bit too far in, like the fabric of everything. Like that's how they figured out where stuff was supposed to go. The perfume. Perfume's just gonna stay on somebody's mail for 10 months. That's a little far-fetched. So things like that, I think were a little far-fetched. While being harassed, disrespect, I understand that, Nikki. I do understand that and have sympathy for that, definitely. I think they went a little bit too far with the whole, they're the only ones that can do, we were the only ones that could do it. Relax. They picked y'all to do it because they didn't think y'all could do it. They didn't pick y'all because you were the only qualified. They picked y'all because they didn't think y'all could do it. So let's just relax. Let's just be honest about it. I mean, remember, World War II, people were creating, I think that's when Oppenheimer happened with the nuclear bombs and stuff. Am I wrong, Philly? Help me.
It's around that era,
So they're not the only, I mean, they figured out how to do nuclear bombs. They could have figured out how to pitch some goddamn mail.
Nah, all right, I'm gonna have to interject you there now, man. Let's not get overboard now.
Man,
Come on,
waiting for that
point. I mean, look at that time and era, man. Like, can you imagine today? Like, here we are, we're all military members. We go to war for the most part. We have laws, we have different guidelines that protect us to make sure we're treated fairly, even though we're considered the minority. Back then, they didn't have that. They got African Americans got treated like they were second-rate citizens. They were training with Caucasian soldiers, but they couldn't even sit with them in the same bus or in the same room with them. But they were expected to fight for their country. So maybe for us, it seemed easy if they can create an atomic bomb, if they can create war plans to storm the beaches of Normandy, why can't they deliver mail? Well, it's a little bit difficult when the people you are trying to help are treating you like trash, garbage.
I will give you that. But saying that they're the only ones, okay, let's just relax. They gave you a job that nobody else wanted to do. I'm just going to be honest.
Dell, we need to put our own disclaimer up there when he starts going.
I know, right, man.
Okay, last one I'll say.
We about to get some DMs here in a minute.
Yeah, last one I'll say. Hey, this is my opinion. I support, I do think, naming the base after her and all that was all good. I agree with that. The guy that got named after her, I don't know where that came from, but to hyphenate the base's name, just give it to her if you're going to give it to her. But
I agree 100%.
Yeah. So there's certain things I agree with. I'm glad the story came out there. I like the storyline. The first ever, Dell, I'm not really big on this first ever stuff, but cool, good to go. The one part I'm gonna catch a lot of flack on, and I already told Philly about this, but the one part when the general came and did the inspection and he was like, where's everybody at? And she was like, some people are asleep, we run 24-hour shop. And then that's when the two soldiers got killed, and they were like, they are out there burying them because you didn't give them a burial. I wish the general would have said, girl, I bury 2 people every 5 minutes. Like, you just buried 2 people in 3 months. Like, I get it, but let's calm down. I get people died and it's a sad thing, but like Kerry Washington said, we're at war. You will not have the best conditions. You will not have the best everything. Like they said in We Were Soldiers, people will die. I can't bring everybody back alive. So
I just think,
go ahead.
Yeah, I think she just wanted him to show some sympathy, like towards the action that happened. Like I get like, I get the part of, like no one's going to take time to do a proper burial during a time of war. But I think her thing was like she just wanted some acknowledgement, like, and not just they weren't just some numbers that were, driving a truck and exploded. You know what I mean?
So.
Let me clarify. So I'm confused. Yeah. Are you agreeing with the general statement, or
no? He
Kerry
never said anything.
Washington?
He just
no. there was, but I think what we're trying to get at is the general gave her the fear, because wasn't he the one that says he buries somebody every
No,
2
that,
minutes or whatever?
no, that's just what I would hope he would say, but he didn't say that.
But I think the way he reacted and the way the folks reacted before he arrived to have the inspection, as if they didn't cared about the 2 soldiers who died.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I see two different points here. One, to that point, there are people who was dying left and right in World War II. However, it's the show of empathy
Yeah.
to the folks who did die, because they're part of her company. So of
Mhm.
course she's more concerned about them, and she's upset that they didn't give them the proper burial. Not only that, coupled with the idea that probably they did it because they were African American
Right.
and women.
I think that's what that's what the image portrays. I will say
Yeah.
I don't know if the general went out to everybody who died, to every company, to give condolences.
Hmm.
So if you were to tell me that happened, I'm all aboard. But I think the way the movie portrays it is that because they're black, because they're women, because of this, he didn't care. I don't know if he didn't care or if it just wasn't big on his radar, because everybody's dying every 2 minutes out there. So is he going out there making sure everybody has a proper burial for everybody? Now, if you tell me that he did, I'm shutting the hell up, and I got you. He may have buried them, but the army paid for it. True, the army didn't pay for it. I will give you, Nikki, I'll give you that 100%. It should have been, like she said, oh my God. Don't be upset. I'm just giving my perspective.
Yeah, and it was the point that he went and inspected their facility like right after it happened. Like, who does that? You know what I mean?
Right. I'll give you that. I'll give you
So
that one
that's
too.
another sign of like, oh, I don't care what happened to your soldiers. I still want to see if you're. And then he even told the other officer, was like, hey, did you give her a heads up that I was coming for an
Right.
inspection? Like,
Right.
so like that was just like the empathy thing that DC was saying. Like, he didn't care. He just like, you know, let's see what y'all got in this going on in this hangar.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me see. Valenzuela. If you watched, well, we'll just if you watch from his inspection, he never gave them crap. Yeah.
Mhm.
But they
But they
built
built.
what they had. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He was mad because they were successful. I will give you that. I'll definitely give you that. He was mad they were successful when he thought they would fail a long time ago, and he was looking for any reason that they were or they should be failing, like opening the mail, and we went into that, and the perfume and all this other stuff, just like we always done. Yeah, 100%. I give it to y'all. I'm just giving you my perspective from how I saw it. Like I said, I don't agree with a lot of flack they're getting online about they're not heroic, about how they're not part of the war, because not war is always fought with people shooting, people getting shot. Those are not, although that's, you know, your level toes you hear about and your Chapmans that you hear about, and I'm speaking more or less for Air Force terms. I agree they get the most highlighted stuff, but this is also important. Nikki, I literally just watched this 2 days ago. I don't know what part I'm missing. I don't know what part I'm missing. And I remember this is a movie. It's a documentary. So they have to bring some stuff in there that ain't always exactly true. I mean, he said Secco is only checking IDs at the gate. Anyone can do it, but we know that there's more to do it than that. Charles, I agree.
Oh,
I
there
agree.
you go.
I agree. I don't think they're only checking IDs.
No,
But
no. Let's start with the Sec 4 stuff. We don't mess with no Sec 4 stuff up
hold
here,
on.
player.
It's based on a true story. Not every single thing that was in that movie was 100% true. They have to
That
put
is
some
accurate.
kind of movie to keep your
That is
attention. So it's based on a true story. Just like anything, they're all based on true stories. They have to put some Hollywood in there. Maybe I'm pessimist, but they have to
Hey, y'all
put some
drop in
Hollywood
the comments. Y'all drop in the comments. Give us y'all rating of the movie if y'all seen it. 1 through 5 stars. Give us y'all rating. Drop it in the comments.
All right, we're getting off in
That's
3
what
minutes.
IMDb said.
Regardless, so I'll shut up because I talked enough. Philly, Dell, anything y'all want to add? Anything you want to add to what I talked about? Anything that sparked your interest from the conversation?
Just looking at the IMDb. So IMDb gave it 6.7 out of 10 and 54%
All right.
Rotten Tomato review. So that's the consensus of movie critics.
Trusted travelers.
6.7 out of 10. I'd say 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, I think 7 out of 10 is fair.
Yeah,
5
that's
out of 10. Okay.
that's fair. Good
Yeah.
movie.
I really think folks who are Tyler Perry fans really need to check themselves and think
Damn.
about like he is I don't know what it is about him, but he is not a very good director. He is not. I'm not a director. I'm not. But as a consumer from the many movies and different shows that he's put on, it has not been good. This is the only one I've seen outside of his plays. His plays are very good. They used to be good.
Used to be, yeah.
Because the Madea thing has gotten way out
In
of
the
hand.
early 2000s.
But yes, but this stuff, all this, these other joints, and he's got these actors like Angela Bassett in it, Sanaa Lathan. I feel I'm like, why are y'all doing this to yourselves, man?
Mhm.
Like in this one, Susan Sarandon's in it.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even talk about her teeth, man. Hopefully that's just acting like a prop because FDR's wife in the movie, her teeth was ratchet, man. I was like, good Lord.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
hard to look at the screen. Oh man, I thought it was like a gremlin up in there, man. It was bad, bro. It made me want to brush my teeth extra 2-3 more times. It was
Jesus.
bad. It was bad.
Indeed.
But yeah, Tyler Perry, man. I think Tyler Perry fans, they just need to check themselves, man. He's not good. Not good at all.
Dell, anything before we
Yeah.
sign off, before I get crucified?
Yeah, I think this Tyler Perry was in uncharted territories with this magnitude of a movie, and he did his best. He did what he thought. He brought his team together, and this is the product. And anyone can Monday night quarterback movie. So I think in the eyes of what they thought was going to better portray the movie and the story, I think is what they went with. And hey, if we want to change it, I guess we got to be some movie directors and do our own thing. But I think from what he got done, I think it's straight. It was good.
Like them straight to video joints. Yeah, for real. That is Tyler Perry movie, straight to video. All right. So appreciate y'all for being on. Dell, appreciate you for getting on here. I'm glad we got to get you on here.
Appreciate
I would
the
like
time,
Pete to go
consideration.
undercover as a female in FS and see how that. Ooh. Whoa.
That sounds like a challenge.
Go back to your career film, bro.
Challenge.
Whoa.
Challenge.
Whoa. I
Yeah,
know how to
exactly,
respond to that. Yeah, I respect that. Nikki, I'll give you that. He told a story that nobody else did.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. He
Yeah.
could have told a million other stories of World War III, or excuse me, World War II, but he chose that one. That was why I would never do that. Why would I do that?
That's-
I would love to see that.
Why would I do that? I don't
That'd be
understand.
I would love to see that.
Pete, good job tonight. Thank you. And what is that word?
Annihilated.
Violated.
I didn't annihilate. As a civilian working in MX, things haven't changed. Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, 100%. Things don't change. All
Yeah.
right, but anyway, we'll get you out of
That's
here
a
before
good
an
point.
hour.
No, that's a good point though. I mean, that Alicia brought up, this movie goes beyond just racism. It's about how women are treated, even to this day. There are women today in different circles that are still not treated fairly or equally as males. And I get it, we're different, and anatomy wise and things of that nature, but women can do just as good as men, if not better, in certain positions. And I think sometimes people forget that.
I don't think nobody's arguing that. And I think back there, like Charles Davis said, this was in the 40s. America was different back then. People had different mindset. I think it's moving, it's shifting slowly, but it will always be that way. I mean, as long as you have differences between men and women in sports or whatever, a lot of things, CEOs, a lot of things, like I think women make better CEOs of companies than men do, even though men run more. 100% will say women make 1,000 times better CEOs than men do. 1,000.
How can you say that?
How can I say what?
Yeah, what evidence or what proof that gives you like enough substance to say something like that? Like, why would you say that? Do you have examples? Or?
I think the way that they look at things, they analyze things a little bit deeper. They go off of emotions, not just finances. So I think a lot of things like that will help out companies in the long run. Now, am I saying they make more money? No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying they make better bosses than some men do as far as on a CEO level. Am I saying like frontline supervisors? No, that's, up to skepticism. But I think they make better CEOs than men do. 100%.
Yo, I will hope y'all jump in the comments when we get off or now. Go ahead and roast this dude for what he just said. I don't know what
being roasted
I
for
don't know
that?
about that one. Bruh, like it's almost like we're talking about stereotypes, right? And so what you're saying about women is almost giving the idea that because you had a stereotype about women, they would make better CEOs than men. So are you saying men doesn't have those abilities that you said that women does?
Say that one more time. Men don't have what?
You don't. So are you saying men do not have the same qualities that you just said that women have that makes them better CEOs?
No. I'm saying that women make better CEOs. Okay, just like if I say men are better at working on cars than women. There's no proven fact that that's true. And most women would probably roast me like, we could do just as good a job as they do. So it's the same thing. It's just my philosophy on CEOs. I think women do a better job as CEOs than men do. Let me see. Every time Pete kills words in the comments, reading Rainbow. Shut up. Not that different.
Butterfly in the sky.
I'm not saying
about to say this for another show.
100%. Good job, Pete, trying to make up for him killing. Not trying to make up for it.
All I got to say is, can you give me one CEO that's a female that you can? All right, I can think of one off the top of my head. I can't remember her name. Maybe that's one. Maybe outside of her.
Who?
Give me one. The one female in Shark Tank.
Oh, Lori Greiner or Greiner?
Greiner?
I guess.
Lori
or
Lori's
Barbara.
the one with the long hair or the one with the short hair?
The blonde. She's blonde. Long hair.
Yeah, I think Lori.
I think that's her name. I guess the girl that does General Motors.
Lori Greiner, yeah.
Yeah, the girl. There's a CEO of the girl in charge of General Motors is a female.
Oh no.
The UPS, I think, is a female. Citigroup is a female. Now I'm going through all these in my head.
Barbara Corcoran.
Barbara is the other one. She's the other one. Best Buy is ran by a female. These are all female CEOs of successful companies. So if you don't tell me Best Buy is the best electronic company out there,
I guess I will yield on this one. Say this is just from your opinion, so I respect.
I said that.
I don't think there's enough substance there to say I agree with you. I don't. Yeah.
Cut the show.
Because I mean, if I would have rather you if you would have said like, look, just like I said, females, that sometimes people get this idea female can only do certain things that male is better than a female, and females can do the same thing just as good as a male can do, and just boom, period. But when you said, why is it not true?
So females can lift as much weight as males do.
Probably some males.
So this is when the conversation goes left. If you're telling me there's one female that can lift as much weight as me or more than me, you're 100% right. But when you take the average of a male, average of a female, who lifts more weight?
What's the average?
What do you mean? Like age, like 30?
Yeah, I mean, you said average, so I'm trying to figure out what's
30 to 35-year-old male and a 35-year-old female. You're saying a male can't lift as much. Are there females that can lift more? Yes, but I'm saying an average.
Because I remember it was one show way many eons back. We had this conversation about marathon runners or Olympic runners.
Oh, good point.
And and we told you about Florence Griffith Joyner, I believe. that is like a world-class athlete, gold medalist, and is just as fast as some men, at least during that time. I don't know about now, but during that time. I guess anyway, I guess just to put a bow on it, at least from my perspective, I think it is better to just assume or say that a woman could do something just as good as a male in certain circumstances, certain different situations.
I agree.
Because if one were to say because they are female, there's no way a female could beat a male up. I really disagree with that one. No different than there is a female that can't run as fast as a male. I disagree at that. Now, if you were to say like there is the odds, if you want to say odds, then I agree with you. Odds is probably would lean more towards one of the genders in certain situations, but it could happen.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is like the Washington Wizards can never beat the Boston Celtics. True. I mean, excuse me, not true. But the odds of them beating them is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dale, anything? Help me, Dale. Help me before we cut off. We said we're going to cut off 7 minutes ago.
I'm all for equal opportunity.
Me
yes,
too.
Equal opportunity.
Wait, me too. Why do I get bashed like I'm not? I like, God, brother can't have an opinion.
For those that think Peter's against equal opportunity, drop it in the comments.
Y'all go ahead and drop it there, y'all won't. Oh, look. Gary said, we were having a discussion and my boss asked me, Chief, tell me what shoe size in a female you wear because I can tell you what shoe size I wear in men's. Slowly walked back into my office for what it's worth. Never thought about it that way. He can't help you, Pete. Thanks, Nikki. Thanks, Nikki. I appreciate your support. Goodness. I don't know why I was
you're going to have some people popping up on the corner debating you now, Pete.
Huh?
So you're going to have some people popping up on the corner to debate you now.
Hey, bring them on. Bring them on. Bring one, bring them all.
Facts and all.
Yeah, facts and all. But anyway. Good show. Appreciate the review. Delph, thanks for coming on here. I'm never doing a female or male review again about a movie. Stick to
we had this problem with Squid Game.
Yeah, we'll stick to Care Bears or something. We'll just do reviews about Care Bears, Simpsons or something. I don't know. Golly.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pull up to y'all. Pull up. You know what I say? Pull up.
Pull up. Third floor.
Pull up. Yeah. Don't start yelling when you pull up now. We're at FSS. You got to have feelings and emotions and stuff. All right. We out of here. Unpopular celebrities. We out.